welcome to Library in Your Living Room, presented by the Highland Park Public Library. I'm Callie, a youth services librarian, and I am going to present potion science to you. So parents, just to clarify, while this activity is both fun, engaging, super cool, and mildly to moderately educational, it is kind of messy, so it's going to require a little bit of guidance on your part. So I recommend this activity for early to late elementary school, and depending on how bored they are, it could work for middle schoolers as well. So just like with all great activities, we're going to start off with a head of red cabbage, like so, right? All great activities? No? Just me? Okay. So you don't need a whole head of red cabbage. You can just use some shreds or whatever, but this is the most important ingredient in what we're doing today. What you're going to do is you're going to shred it up, cut it up, whatever, and then blend it. So I've already done that kind of fun and loud part of the experiment today, so we don't need this anymore. So here we have our kind of gloppy mixture of purple cabbage juice, and this is going to be an indicator. So this is a scientific term, though it doesn't really sound like it. An indicator is used to determine what pH a liquid is. So pH is how we determine whether something is an acid or a base. And depending on what you've gotten to with your e-learning, you might know that water is just kind of a neutral substance. It has a pH of 7. So if something is very acidic or basic, it's going to have a pH towards the other end of that spectrum from 0 to 14. So now comes the fun part. So we're going to take our indicator solution, which is fun and purple and gloppy, and we're going to get some cool vessels to put them in. So depending on what you have at home, it can be glass, plastic, whatever your grown-up allows you to use. I have some fancy glasses that I think make this experiment even more exciting to do. And we're going to pour in a little bit into each of these glasses. And while you could have strained this purple cabbage juice, I kind of like it that it's gloppy. And I figure there's more cabbage in there, which is good. And it makes that really fun, kind of gross glopping noise. And you can do this with any amount. It doesn't really matter, just enough so that it's purple. And of course, that's the mess that I was talking about, as some of it glopped over the side. And again, it doesn't have to be even. Mine definitely aren't, clearly. We just need enough indicator in there so we can tell what the substances are that we're putting in this. So I think this could be a really fun activity for if you want to just impress and astound friends via video chat, of course, with how you can turn things different colors. So first we're going to start off with our vinegar. And most of you will probably know that this is pretty acidic. You can see how the cabbage juice changes colors. You can give it a little bit of a stir and observe the color. I love that. So fun. And next we're going to put in some baking soda, and this will require some stirring. You could dilute it with water first, but I'm just going to dump it. Okay, it's a little bit, and I'm going to stir it. We might need some more in there for you to observe the changes because it's a little less obvious than the first one. But I think it's actually getting a little bit more color changey. Yeah, I think you can see how that's more of a blue color. Some water in there would probably help make that clearer. And then I'm going to use lemon juice next on this one. Lots of fun sensory squeezing activities in this. And again, I could have diluted this with water first and we'd see the color in a different manner. So I'm going to give this a stir. And we can see it's a pretty similar color to the vinegar, but maybe a little bit different. Probably because it's less diluted. And now we're going to try our soap. See if this gives it a shot. This one's not completely clear, so that might have something to do with it. You might need to stir and agitate this one a little bit. We have a slight bluish color, but it's deeper, you can kind of see. So as you can see, I've added a little bit more water to each of the substances so you can more strongly see the difference in the colors. I've switched around the dish soap and the baking soda because it looks like this one has kind of a darker, deeper blue color that looks a little bit different from our indicator, which was purple. So I'm going to hypothesize that the dish soap has a more basic pH than the baking soda does. And now I'm going to look up what each of the pH of these substances is. Remember, you can do this with any safe household substances at home with your grown-ups' permission, of course. And this is a pretty good experiment to tell whether something is an acid or a base if you're wondering at home. It works best with clear liquids, I would say, or something that can be made into a clear liquid. I hope you had fun and learned a little bit of something, and maybe you can impress some friends with this new tidbit that you've learned here. Thanks for tuning in, and please go to hplibrary.org for more programming, or you can subscribe to our YouTube page for more youth services programming to come.